Eventually, regulations regarding temporary federal work authorization will be published. Aliens, foreign workers who are engaged in legitimate employment for which there is no qualified U.S. citizen will be permitted to stay in the CNMI. Those without jobs will be out of status unless they are spouse of a minor child who is employed. Necessary jobs will be protected at least until 2014. The CNRA, the Federal Act, allows for an additional 5-year extension, and the Department of Labor believes that such an extension will further provide the opportunity to reduce the alien labor workforce in favor of U.S. citizens. Labor believes that the time to consider improved status is in the final years when those workers who are absolutely, essentially necessary to the economy of the CNMI have been identified. The department does not believe that taking a duration of time under which a worker within the CNMI will effectively meet the needs in the future of workers here in the CNMI. Any change in status that grants improved status to foreign workers has the potential to undermine job preference for U.S. citizens, and the need to preserve the need is to preserve foreign labor jobs that cannot be filled by U.S. citizens. We know from the numbers that the number of foreign workers and the number of unemployed U.S. citizens, that even if every citizen found a job, there would still be many jobs that would be required to be filled by foreign workers. And those are the jobs that we want to do. In addition, granting status to an individual alien not tied to employment is in essence a free pass at some point not to work. As Mr. Devon mentioned, once status is granted, it is not tied into employment in any way. There's also the issue, labor have recently addressed a question from the legislature regarding medical expenses for foreign workers and eliminating that provision. Labor has always had the requirement that employers pay for medical care of foreign workers. Many of the foreign workers that we're even talking about here on the 10-year side, many of them are still working at minimum wage. CHC is required to provide medical care for indigent people. They are Medicaid recipients, and they would have to do so for minimum wage workers under whatever status they hold. If the employer is no longer required